Alrighty. Take it away, George.
This is the story of a young man, half man, half beast, badger.
The digging claw. We drew some whiskers onto his headshot, but it didn't look that good, so...
He lives alone, in the woods, unseen, unknown, unloved. He's just one lonely half man, half badger.
Let me paint you a picture. A young woman gets lost in the woods, maybe wearing a white dress, and it's like flickery kind of
Sepia.
and there's a strange rustling down in the corner.
You know, no friends, no family, no communication, no telecommunication, no telephones or Wi-Fi, internet, dial-up, nothing like that. Working backwards,
Yeah.
they must have been really hairy. Just a were-badger. His only companion is this cockerel.
My mum's got some chickens.
Which sits on a small fence that's a bit broken down outside of the shack that the were-badger lives in. And this cockerel crows. It crows in the morning, it crows in the afternoon, it crows in the evening, and it crows all night. This is 24-hour crowing. And after days, and weeks, and months, that's a lot of crowing. That's more crowing than the average half-man, half-badger can deal with. He's got no one to talk to. He's got no friends, no family. He tried to talk to the cockerel just crows right back at him. It's a one-way cockerel, it doesn't listen, it just crows. It goes on and on. And this were-badger, this half-man, half-badger has no release. All this feeling's like building up inside of him, no one to share it with, just this cockerel on the side of his brain crowing and crowing and crowing until one day he can't take it any longer, and there was a storm the night before and it was dead wood anyway, and a log has fallen off the tree and onto the ground, and he picks up the log, lifts it above his head, and the crowing cockerel's just there and he swings it and hits it, breaking its beak, killing it instantly, sending it 30, 40, 50 feet across the forest. Now everything's silent. And the were-badger looks down and he sees the blood that's now on his hands. And he starts to be consumed by this guilt.
Macbeth.
This horrible guilt that he has actually taken the life of a cockerel. And he starts to get down, and it eats away inside of him until he decides that he has to leave the forest. Yeah? He has to leave the forest and start a new life in the city. And this is where he starts a new life in the rock and roll lifestyle. Rock and roll.
Slick back Elvis hair, 2 white stripes down it. Rage Against the Machine.
The Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
They would have
They're
been
molting
hairy
like
babies. Yeah.
Molting like shit these days, but you know. Yeah, definitely they were hairy babies.
Yeah, once they were hairy.
But no, they're so smooth. So smooth.
So smooth.
Polished to a high shine.
All music, sex and drugs and rock and roll for the half-man, half-badger. But he can't get away from the guilt. He says, I've travelled across this foreign land and I can't get the cockerel blood off of my hands.
So that's our story. High five. I don't know. Like, if we did Killing in the Name of, that's got like the slap bass intro. Well, it's not really slap. Yeah, bass thing.
Slap claw.
Yeah,
claw.
pretty clawed bass, and it's killing in the name of something. Like the badger kills the